Hello, thank you so much for coming to this video. My name is Stephanie Michaels, founder and CEO of the Stephanie Michaels Software Company. We present to you our procedural motion graphics and visual effects system, custom built specifically for Univah Pro. We call it Religion VFX. Let's take a look at what religion is. So what is religion? Religion is basically what you would see in Autodesk Maya if you're using the MASH network, or what you would see in Cinema4D if you're using MOGRAPH. So what we've done is we've taken what was very complex to do in Houdini and what is pretty understandable to do in MOGRAPH, and we've made a real-time version of it. So typically in Autodesk Maya, in the viewport, you're not going to see things like this. You don't see this in the Maya viewport. When you're working in MOGRAPH or Houdini, you don't typically see this kind of quality at these frame rates or even remotely close to this when you're working in real time. So what's great about Univah Pro is not only is it a great renderer, but you're going to be able to see the final quality as you're working. So instead of only working with cubes and just cubes that have no texture, you'll be able to actually see the end result in real time. And that's really the power of our system. So let's go ahead and switch. Let me go ahead and maybe switch to sketch mode, and I can maybe show you that. Okay, so this is how our system is going to work. Let's go ahead and go to religion. So when you go to religion, and to open this up, you would simply go to Window and just hit the religion button. Okay, all right. And so this is religion. That's it. It's probably the most powerful feature in Univah Pro, but we've made it so incredibly approachable. And at first glance, it doesn't really seem overwhelming, and that's really the point. So let's go over how it works. How you would get started with religion. There are two ways. You can go to create, and you can create a religion object. And what this is going to do is it's going to create a cube, or it's going to create a sphere, or you can just, if you have something already in the scene, like for instance, this cube, and you want to distribute that. Now, right now, I do have the religion feature turned off. I'm just showing you the UI and the workflow, okay? So you would go to, you would select the object, go to distribution, and you would distribute. So if you click on grid, you see the grid distribution. And now you can start playing with the distribution. You can make 10 of these, 20 of these, 100 cubes very easily using the distribution settings. Okay. All right. Very powerful. And it's the same thing for all the different types of distribution. We have linear distribution, and everything is very, very intuitive. And this is the beginning of motion graphics. Okay, so as you can see, this is very, very similar to what you would find in MOGRAPH and what you would find in Autodesk Maya. The only difference is we are doing it real time, and we are also making it without any nodes. So you're never going to have to deal with curve editors or node graphs. Everything is completely real time. Okay. So that's how you would do the distribution. We have radial distribution, and this is, distributing hundreds of cubes, on an arc. And you also have sphere. And of course, this is going to be everyone's favorite, which is going to be mesh. Mesh distribution, how this works is very, very easy in Univah Pro. So in Maya, what you would do is when you click on mesh distribution, you have to connect a mesh. And so what you would do in Maya is you would go and you would click on that mesh, and you would middle mouse drag it to connect it. In Univah, it's really simple. You just click here to pick a mesh. You click here, you click on the mesh, and it connects it. Once the mesh is connected, then all these cubes, if you have hundreds of cubes, it's going to attach to the person. And now you can increase the number of cubes. You can distribute on the face, vertex, random. You have all these options. Okay, so that's really, really incredible. And every effector has a strength slider. Okay. All right. And then we have, of course, the transform. And this is different from this transform. This transform, this is what you see me using right now. This is for affecting individual objects. So that's what this transform does. This transform in the religion tab is for moving hundreds, thousands of instances all at the same time. Okay. All right. So that's how that works. So that's typically the first step. You would go to distribution to distribute your objects and make as many copies as you want. Very, very easy. Okay. After you've distributed the objects, now you come to where all the motion graphics and fun stuff happens. All right. So you would click on behavior and you can click any of these effectors. So we have 10 powerful effectors. We have offset, noise, fall off, target, trigger, repel, morph, behavior, style, and follow. So let's click on offset. All right. So similar to what you would see in MOGRAPH and the MASH network, when you add an effector, you can disable it. So now whatever you've done here won't affect your objects. You can disable that effector. You can reset it, which is really useful. So if you've been playing around, if you're exploring and you're just trying to figure out how this works, you can always reset back to the default. And you can, of course, delete that effector. So if you don't want it anymore, you can just delete it. Okay, so everything's very clean. Now, so let's go back to offset. And we have it enabled. It's activated. So you can do a lot of things here. You can offset by time, and this is really how you start to animate. This is really where the power of rReligionVFX starts to show, is in when you're dealing with all these different effectors. So right now we have just the offset effector. We can add noise, and you're going to see it here. So they're stackable. That's what I'm trying to show you. You can stack them. You can add. It's additive. You can also subtract. You can rearrange. So you can delete this and add it behind it. So now you have noise up top, and then you have offset on the bottom. Okay. So it's very intuitive. Okay. And this is how you would add all the different effectors. Okay. And of course, the one that most people are really going to love is the fall off effector, which allows you to control thousands of objects and the influence of each effector based on position. Very, very powerful. Okay. And again, with our with our convert to black feature, a lot of people have asked what that means. So convert to black in Univah, this is our custom fall off object. So when you're dealing with fall off in MASH, when you're in Maya, if you wanted to turn a specific object, let's go back to the materials. Let's switch back to PBR. So let's say you wanted to, I'm just going to make this transparent for now. Okay. So if you wanted to turn this person, let's say you wanted to turn this individual into a custom fall off object. It's really, really easy in Univah Pro. All you would do is select that person and you would go back to religion. If you have the fall off effector activated, then you would just connect the mesh. Really simple. So you can click convert to black, and this is going to convert whatever you've selected into a custom fall off object. So now you can use this to affect other objects. So this will affect everything. Okay. All right. So that's one way to do it. And we've made it so simple. It's literally just clicking this button. Another way to do it is you would add an effector. And right here, right now it's disabled because we're using a sphere as the effector. But if you want to use it to black object, then click to black. And now this is enabled. You can pick a mesh. Just pick a mesh. It's going to show up here. And you can also disconnect that mesh when you're done. Okay, so that's basically how the fall off works. And again, like I said, we have all of these. I can't go through everything right now, but I just wanted to show you this is what we're working on. This is what the rReligionVFX does, and it it all happens right here in this one tab. So it's really, really great. We've simplified things to one window. Everything is self-contained. And when you add this with physics, you get a lot of power. Okay. So that's Religion VFX. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.